Did you know that one of the best gobblegums in Black Ops 6 is only a rare gobblegum? And that the transit cornfield has a hidden message. Those are just 2 out of the 50 things I'll be showing you guys in today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into this. On Nocturne Toten in World at War, if you no-clip outside the wall by the Thompson wall by and walk towards the wall, you'll actually start climbing an invisible ladder. And this is because on the original model of Noct, which can be found on Airfield and throughout the campaign, there's actually a ladder there and they just forgot to delete it. On Black Ops 1 on the PC, in the game files, you can actually give yourself the AK-47, which never made an appearance in Black Ops 1 Zombies. But this AK is very unfinished, it doesn't have sound, and it does horrible damage. On Transit, after you turn on the power, if you use no-clip or theater mode and go into the power room, you can actually see the Avogadro climbing out of the power machine. On Advanced Warfare Exo Zombies, every single time you turn on a generator, you get 100 points. On Shadows of Evil by Stamina Up, you can jump on these window ledges. This does absolutely nothing, but still, it's interesting. On the Black Ops 4 multiplayer map, Der Schatten, it actually takes place below DE, and off in the distance, you can see the rocket and all of DE. But not only that, you can actually walk through parts of the robot that are on the ground and even see the robot's head. On D Machine on the Noct building, you can see graffiti of a cosmic silverback gorilla from Dead Ops Arcade. In Black Ops 6, dolphin diving, even without PhD flopper, does little to no damage. So for whatever reason, if you're in a situation where you need to dolphin dive and you don't have PhD, I really wouldn't worry about it. It literally takes away 1 HP. On Derice, if you look through this barrier in spawn, you can see the shadow of a teddy bear. On the Ascension loading screen, if you look at the shadows of the rocket, they actually say 115. On Mob of the Dead, anytime you go into Afterlife and then come out of Afterlife, your perks will be rearranged in alphabetical order. If anybody knows why this is a thing, please let me know down below. On Exo Zombies, we all know that you can get a sentry gun that drops in the supply drops from the sky. But did you know you can actually take the turret off of the sentry gun? I did not know this until researching this video. It's so crazy what you can learn about these games even after all these years. In Black Ops 3, you can equip camos to your Bowie knife and purchase the Bowie knife with the camo off the wall. But if you purchase Widow's Wine and Melee, it actually removes the camo from your Bowie knife. On Black Ops 4, all the Chaos perk machines, or statues, I guess you could say, they all have animations except the Danu statue. The Zeus statue has an eagle which follows you at all times. The Odin statue has 2 wolves at the base of the statue. Ra has a snake on it that'll just casually look around, but the Danu machine has no special features. On D Machine, did you know that you could do the gas incantation step for the Wonder Weapon upgrade before you even start the actual Wonder Weapon quest? Anytime you turn on power on this map, the round after will always be a Hellhound round. So if you're looking to get the gas incantation, it's super wise to come by Deadshot Daiquiri and get this step done. Speaking of Deadshot Daiquiri, did you know on Liberty Falls you can get the perk for free? Outside the church on this fence, you'll see 5 cans lined up in a row. What you have to do is shoot these 5 cans without missing a single shot, and you'll be rewarded with the perk. On World at War's Derice, you can find a layout of the map on the wall. But actually, this map is wrong, specifically where Juggernog is located. As you can see on this map, it looks like near Jug and the catwalk, you are supposed to be able to go all the way around. But when you head over there, obviously you can only go one way. On Ascension in the power room, zombies that fall from the rooftop will never drop a power-up. I have no idea why this is a thing. If you know, let me know down below. On Transit, if you come over to this fence and rock just outside the diner, for some reason, a crazy amount of denizens will spawn here. Did you know that Exo Zombies did not actually launch with Advanced Warfare? It was actually teased in a bonus mode through the Spec Op missions, which is really crazy because I literally had Advanced Warfare on launch day and I don't even remember this being a thing. On Zetsubo no Shima in the spawn room, if you keep both of these doors closed and stand exactly where I'm standing right now, the zombies can only come from these two barriers. On the Black Ops 4 multiplayer map Remnant, it's actually just one giant homage to zombies. It features things like Verrucht, the mystery box, the writing on the wall from Nocter and Toten, an entire section dedicated to transit, a teleporter, and so much more. Honestly, it really sucks that this level of detail and thought is not in Call of Duty anymore, but it's always nice to go back to these old games and celebrate the developer's effort. On Cold War Zombies, did you know a carpenter actually refills your armor? Once again, I did not know this until researching this video. On Terminus, did you know you can get a meteor to crash into the map and give you a bunch of free loot? Firstly, what you have to do is turn on all the generators and activate Pack-a-Punch. Then you have to equip the Deadwire AAT on your weapon, and preferably a ranged weapon. Then you're going to find two radio towers outside the map. One will be behind Quick Revive, and the other one behind the box location outside of spawn. Then what you have to do in a timely fashion is shoot both of these towers until the top of the towers turn red. Then you have to progress the round and launch the Void Cannon. And when you launch the Void Cannon, you'll notice that it shoots something out of the sky and it'll crash land on the map. Then you need to go down to the docks and grab a boat and head over to this island, which is on fire. And you can be rewarded with a plethora of different items. Guys, really quickly, I'm on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so dropping a sub helps out a ton. And let me know down below if you guys knew any of these things about COD Zombies. Let's get back to the video. On Shinonuma, if you no-clip outside the spawn room, you'll find that the word Tunguska is written out inside of this hut. This is referencing the Tunguska event, which happened in 1908 when a meteor crashed into the Earth. Which is also why by the storage hut, you can find a meteor outside the map. And if you shoot it, your player will say a line of dialogue.
I wonder if that rock brought those freak bags.
On Black Ops 1, if you go into the game settings, you can turn the graphic content on or off. And what this does to zombies is if it's on, you'll be able to make crawlers, and if it's off, you will not be able to make crawlers. On Mob of the Dead and Origins, did you know that Carpenter drops do not exist? On Revelations, if you activate Pack-a-Punch and teleport to the pack room and then no-clip outside of the pack room, just below, you'll be able to find a pack machine that's stuck in the floor. And no, unfortunately, you cannot use it. On Voyage of Despair, this is the only map in the entire series that has two separate Bowie knife wall buys. On Cold War, and I believe the games that follow, when you get a nuke, it will not kill the tank zombies, but it will actually take away exactly half of their health. In Black Ops 6 Zombies, one of the most useful gobblegums in the game is not an ultra or legendary gobblegum. It's actually a rare one. One of the most important things in modern zombies is getting points, and Temporal Gift is one of the most useful gobblegums in the game, because it takes any drop and doubles the duration. So if you pair this with double points, you can have double points for exactly 60 seconds. And if you use it right, you can obtain a ton of essence. In World at War, if you set your FOV to 90 or higher, the FG42 gets really bugged out. As you can see, it's missing the stock of the gun, but also when you reload, the magazine that you discard just kind of floats in the air. On Ascension, if you come up to the Olympia wall buy and listen really carefully, you can hear the Pack-a-Punch machine through the wall. If you've ever ran around the corn maze on transit and noticed this really weird layout, that's actually because the layout of the cornfield makes a 935 logo. On Black Ops 3 Shinonuma, when you open a door to see what perk you're going to get, you'll see Quick Revive in the perk rotation, which is really funny because Quick Revive is always in the spawn room. And it's actually the opposite with Mule Kick. You will never see Mule Kick in the perk rotation, but you can still get Mule Kick in one of the huts. On Alpha Omega, if you insert the code 6853 into Mount Rushmore, it will spawn a nuke power-up. On D Machine past round 40, you can see this giant monster walking through the woods outside the map. And he actually makes an appearance on Firebase Z and Outbreak. On Citadel Day More, did you know that you can get a free perk? In order to do this, you have to activate Pack-a-Punch and then go talk to Craft. Then you either need to pick up or purchase an explosive grenade from the crafting table and go throw it down this tunnel to scare this Raven out. Now what you need to do, and I kid you not, is walk around the map 5 minutes following closely underneath this Raven, and it will drop you a free perk. Honestly, I think you're just better off buying the perk normally. On World at War's Shinonuma, this is the only map in the game that you can buy the Arasaka off the wall. I believe this is because Shinonuma takes place in Japan and all the other maps take place in Germany. On the Black Ops 1 version of Noct, the Kar 98K works perfectly normal. It has all of its sounds, it reloads fine, nothing out of the ordinary. But if you head upstairs to the cabinet and purchase the scoped Kar 98K, you'll notice when you chamber the weapon, they forgot to add the sound to the gun. We all know that you can get a drop in the shed behind the yellow house on Nuketown Zombies, but do you know how to change the drop? If you look at the Nuketown sign, you'll notice that it says 99 and the clock is in its first position. And the drop right now in the shed is a double points. But if you get at least 33 kills to switch the sign to 66, the clock hand will change and so will the drop. And this will happen again once you hit 33 kills. And the cycle will just keep repeating. On Black Ops 3's Keener der Toten, if you no-clip outside spawn and come to this area, you'll see that the bus outside is from Morgue City, otherwise known as Shadows of Evil. So random spawning perks on any map are incredibly annoying, and Dead of the Night is no exception. But did you know there's a way to find out which perk is in each area? If you look above these doorways in the main hall, you'll see symbols above them. If it's a wolf, that means Odin is out there. If it's an eagle, that means Zeus is on that side of the map. And if it's a snake, that's where you'll find Ra. On Liberty Falls, did you know that the Bloody Pool can actually give you some free items? What you need to do is obtain 3 Semtexes by either picking them up or buying them from the crafting table. Then you need to wait for a vermin round, and the best way to do this is to come to this roof above the bank, throw your 3 Semtexes in the pool, and then make your way down there, and you can get a variety of different rewards. On this building outside of the map on town, you'll notice that the sign spells moon. This is a little Easter egg because transit takes place right after the events of Moon. On the Black Ops 3 multiplayer map Metro, if you come to this bar and look in this case over here, you can find a bunch of perk bottles from COD Zombies. But oddly enough, there's a perk bottle in this case that's not even in Black Ops 3. And you can find more of them if you turn around just behind the bar. On Alpha Omega, if you come behind the blue house with a sniper and look out in the distance, you'll activate a jump scare. On Liberty Falls, if you shoot all the balls on the pool table, you'll be rewarded with 100 free essence. On Shadows of Evil, you can find a hidden wall buy in the Waterfront District. Just behind this wall, if you use no clip, you can find a VMP wall buy. And for the last thing of the video on the tomb, there's a really easy way to get 1,000 free essence and a full power power-up. All you got to do is throw dead wire on your weapon and shoot these 2 generators in spawn, and just like that, you can take your rewards. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If there's anything cool related to zombies, anything odd, any tips, anything like that at all, please leave a comment down below to be featured in one of these videos in the future. But like always, I'll see you guys next time.